With acting, it's interesting. I guess you could say I started acting from when I was like 4 years old. I had a friend, she was like a year older than me, and she took me in her kindergarten class and showed me off. And I did like a little stand-up routine. Was basically I just recited Little Jack Horner. There was an episode of The Electric Company where they used to do these fractured fairy tales, and there's Little Jack Horner, and the punchline was, "Yuck, there's a plum on my thumb," and I had their whole audience, or her whole classroom, just howling with laughter. So I guess that was my first foray into acting. And so they, doing plays in school, but martial arts kind of became a big influence in my teenage years, and I always wanted to infuse it with acting. Well, this is really interesting because a lot of people are very surprised when they find this out. In fact, Jella was like shocked. But I'm an old school hip hop, breaking, and popper from back in the day. Like we're talking before Run DMC, because they were like late 80s, mid to late 80s. I'm talking about like early 1981, 82, 83. Back in the days when it was just all, poppin' type of which now they call it dubstep. That's what you kids call dubstep, but no, it's poppin', man. There's a foundation, and since everything like karate, taekwondo, hell, even the striking and MMA, that all comes from kung fu. So it's just like going back to the original art. And with kung fu, it's more about the form of like, when you throw a punch for camera, you want to make sure it's locked out. You don't want it, like that. You want it like that. You want, show power. It's all about form. It's really, really important. That's my lovely wife of 10 years, Pamela. Come on in the picture. Actually, she's pretty much instrumental in me well, hold on, now she's taller than me. She's pretty instrumental in me getting the part because she submits both of us. And
I submitted him for the part.
She did, and she saw, it's martial arts, and they're looking for somebody who's like kind of ethnically ambiguous, growing up in Hawaii.
Yeah, you got to be a good team. Yeah. So, that's what I did. I said, it's speaking Williams-Hill language, and so be it.
Yeah, and she knows I can move like a monkey. I like the fact that it was a science fiction with kung fu in it. And when I went to the audition, it was like the director, Jella, was like adamant that, no, this is going to be like old school kung fu, which they don't do that anymore.